The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, and they go with Swift again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
On 2nd down, Swift. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On third down, Jackson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Retains possession.
Second and short now following the fumble. Out of the gun, McDonald. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Escaping the pressure right. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Operating from the gun. McDonald flush to his right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No score after one on EA Sports.
The end of the first quarter with no score.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, McDonald. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Brings up fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Lions 3. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. taken in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. McDonald sets to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A handoff to Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 1st down, Patterson. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Eluding the pressure right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. You bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts
2 yards
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Move.
To throw on second down, McDonald, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
3rd and long.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
To
Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made it.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
No, I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Second and 6. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
To throw on third down, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run with Barkley, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson now. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calais Campbell on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. There's just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action. It's McDonald. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again. McDonald. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
To Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, 68 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near near the 32. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Here's McDonald to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm coming.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Turnover on down.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. The 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Swift. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Sly on for the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And I think the ball's out. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games, and I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here, and that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, this game is all but over after that last fourth down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, go on, Mike 40, Mike 40.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, McDonald. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And John Gruden has made the call. His guys are going for it. Now, on 4th down, McDonald buying time to his left. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Tyus Bowser. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
31-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Harris. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to...
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They run here with Jason Huntley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
You got tight right there. Let's go. Hey. Check. Hey, let's get this.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with it.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Mike 20. Hey, middle. Guys, pick it up. Switch. Hey, Mike 20. Come on. You better bring it.
Jackson. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
intended for
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jackson now to throw on third down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. McDonald. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
He can't hang. He's like 48, come on. 48.
They go play action with McDonald. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the